Fear has a color. In Point Pleasant, West Virginia, fear wasn't black. It was glowing, hypnotic, red. 46 people died in the freezing water. Was it a tragic accident? Or was it a blood sacrifice predicted by a monster? Tonight, we reopen the files on the Mothman Prophecies, the most terrifying convergence of monsters, madness, and mass death in American history. Welcome to Whispers of Mystery. Turn off the lights, put on your headphones, because what you are about to hear actually happened. November 15th, 1966. The TNT area. An abandoned explosives factory hidden in the deep woods. A place where locals went to hide and where something was hiding. Two young couples drove past the old North Power Plant. They saw it. Not a man, not a beast. Two glowing eyes burning like hot coal. It stood 7 feet tall, gray skin, wings folded against its back. And the terrifying part? It had no head. The eyes were in its chest. They panicked. They hit 100 miles an hour. The thing didn't flap its wings. It just hovered right above them, shrieking like a distorted mouse. They went to the police. The press exploded. A copy editor named it Mothman. It sounded like a comic book villain. But this was no joke. For 13 months, the town was under siege. It wasn't just one sighting. It was hundreds. Firefighters, teachers, pilots. They all saw it. And it wasn't alone. As the Mothman appeared, the skies filled with UFOs, strange lights dancing over the Ohio River. The reality of the town was breaking. Then came the men in black. Not the movie heroes. These were pale, mechanical, threatening figures who silenced witnesses with bizarre threats. The phone lines became a weapon. Residents received calls of electronic screeching, or voices speaking in a metallic, rapid-fire cadence. John Keel, a journalist, arrived to investigate. He walked into a nightmare. He realized the creature wasn't an animal. It was a cosmic trickster. Keel's theory? Ultra-terrestrials. Beings from a frequency just outside our perception. They can shapeshift. They feed on our confusion. The entities began to play games. They gave specific predictions. The Pope will be stabbed. A blackout at 12:00. Some came true. Some were lies. And then, the most disturbing figure of all. Indrid Cold, the Grinning Man, a humanoid entity who telepathically communicated with locals. Cold asked harmless questions, but his smile never faded. Witnesses felt a deep, primal wrongness. A predator mimicking a human. The activity ramped up throughout 1967. Poltergeists in homes. Livestock mutilated. The town was a pressure cooker of paranormal activity. Skeptics cried mass hysteria. But hysteria doesn't leave physical footprints. It doesn't cause radiation burns on people's eyes. Witnesses suffered from Kectin conjunctivitis. Exposure to the Mothman left eyes swollen, red, and burning, the signature of radiation poisoning. December 1967. The sightings stopped. The phone calls ceased. The silence was deafening. The entity was waiting. The Silver Bridge, an engineering marvel built in 1928, but it had a fatal flaw. A single chain design. No failsafe. December 15th, 5 p.m. Rush hour. Christmas shoppers. The bridge is loaded far beyond its capacity. The steel groans. Legend says the Mothman was seen on the bridge tower moments before, watching. Was he the saboteur or the witness? Crack. A sound like a gunshot. Eye-bar 330 fractured. In a split second, the physics holding the bridge together vanished. The bridge twisted. It didn't just fall, it folded. 37 vehicles were thrown into the abyss. Within 60 seconds, the Silver Bridge was gone. Plunged into the dark, freezing water. Silence returned. Rescuers worked through the night, but the water was too cold. The wreckage too heavy. 46 souls were lost. Immediately the connection was made. The warnings. The doom. The creature wasn't hunting them. It was warning them. After the collapse, the Mothman was never seen in Point Pleasant again. The mission was complete. The prophecy was fulfilled. Theories ran wild. Was it the curse of Chief Cornstalk, a 200-year-old vengeance spell placed on the land where the town stood? Or is the Mothman a psychopomp, a guide of souls, an entity that appears to collect the dead before a tragedy? The story became a book, then a movie. But Hollywood couldn't capture the raw, gritty terror of the real events. But here is the kicker. Point Pleasant wasn't the end. It was just the beginning. The creature has a passport. April 1986. Pripyat, Ukraine. Workers reported a black bird with red eyes flying over the reactor days before the Chernobyl meltdown. They received strange phone calls. Nightmares. The exact same pattern as Point Pleasant. Then, the world's worst nuclear disaster. September 11, 2001. A blurry photo emerges of a winged figure near the Twin Towers. Is it a hoax? Or was he there too? 2017. The creature returns. Not to a small town, but to Chicago. O'Hare Airport. The Loop. Dozens of credible witnesses. Pilots saw it. Police saw it. A massive, bat-like humanoid. Why Chicago? What disaster was it predicting? 2 years after the Chicago sightings, the world stopped. A global pandemic. Was the Chicago Mothman warning the entire planet? Debunkers say sandhill crane. But have you ever seen a crane chase a car? Have you ever felt a crane staring into your soul? The scariest theory is that the Mothman isn't a monster. He is a time traveler. He sees the bridge fall before it happens. He tries to warn us, but he speaks a language we don't understand. His presence is the warning, but we are too blind to see. I visited Point Pleasant. The igloos are still there. The woods are silent. But the feeling of being watched never left. We build statues to monsters we survived. But have we survived? Or is the Mothman just biding his time for the next cycle? Engineering explains the how. Stress corrosion, metal fatigue. But it doesn't explain the when. Why that minute? Why that car? The trauma is generational. Children in West Virginia grow up knowing that if you see the red eyes, run. Skeptics sleep soundly. Believers watch the skies, because they know the universe is stranger than we can possibly imagine. What about Indrid Cold? He was never caught. He walked off into the night and vanished. Is he still out there? Smiling? The internet has given these entities a new home. Reports are instantly shared. The mystery is no longer local, it is viral. Some say the Mothman is an elemental spirit, a force of nature like a tornado or an earthquake, impossible to reason with. Red eyes, the universal sign of danger. Stop. Warning. Predator. Evolution taught us to fear that color in the dark. Close your eyes. Imagine the sound of steel screaming, the splash of water, the silence that follows. That is the legacy of the Mothman. We look for answers in the wreckage. But the answer might be up there, in the cold, indifferent sky. The government investigated. Project Blue Book. They filed it away. Unexplained. That is government speak for we are terrified. You cannot kill it. Bullets do nothing. It defies physics. It is a ghost made of flesh and blood. It invades your dreams. That is the true prophecy. The knowledge that we are not safe. Not in our cars. Not in our beds. Point Pleasant sits on a convergence of magnetic ley lines. Was the bridge a portal? Was the disaster an energy release? The silver bridge is gone. A new bridge stands. But the legend is the true bridge, connecting the living to the dead. Next time your radio goes static, next time your phone rings with a weird buzz, don't answer it. We laugh at monsters to make them smaller. But the Mothman isn't laughing. He is watching us eat pizza in his shadow. 46 people. 46 lives cut short. If the Mothman warned them, why didn't he save them? Maybe we are just pawns, and the Mothman is the player. Or maybe he is just a pawn too, moved by something darker. The prophecy wasn't just for 1967. Prophecies are cyclical. The question isn't did it happen? The question is, when will it happen again? Look out your window. Is there a shadow in the sky that shouldn't be there? Are the birds too quiet? They are here. They have always been here, dwelling in the spaces between seconds. The Mothman Prophecies are not a story. They are a warning, and that warning is valid today. Right now. Bridge. Eyes. Grin. Disaster. The cycle continues. Are you paying attention? If you see the eyes, look away. If you hear the shriek, run. And if you cross a bridge tonight, pray. This has been Whispers of Mystery. We don't just tell stories. We expose the cracks in your reality. If you want to survive the next warning, you need to subscribe. Hit the bell. Join the investigation before it's too late. Comment below. Alien, demon, or government experiment? I read every comment, and so do they. I'm your host. Remember, the truth is out there, but it might not be friendly. Sleep well.